Hi, welcome to the class. My name is Shanna. I'm happy to have you here. Today I have a 60-minute power vinyasa flow. And the idea for this class is that it is going to be full of fun transitions. So I took some of my favorite transitions, moving between one pose to another, that are a little bit different, a little less common, but they can be fun and they can be playful. So that's what we're going to play with today, is some of those fun transitions. So don't take yourself too seriously. This will be enjoyable, but it is going to be hard work. So I hope you're ready. We're going to go ahead and get started just in any seated position, whether you're on your knees, sitting back on your heels, sitting up on a block. My personal favorite is just Sukhasana. My kids call it crisscross applesauce. Start to sit here and let yourself rest. Let yourself breathe. One of my favorite things to mention in most of my classes is that as we slow down our breath, it sends an actual signal to our brain that we're safe, that everything's fine, and that we can be calm. So slowing down your breath can in turn help you control your thoughts and calm down the rest of your body. Breath in. Breath out. One more breath in. Cleansing exhale. Stay right here for a moment. Continue to breathe. I'd like to share the thought for class with you today. Our thought for today is by Lupita Nyong'o. To be human is to seek perfection and find joy in never attaining it. This is perfect for class today because I have a feeling that we will do a thing or two, that if you seek perfection, you might not get there, but there will be joy and smiles and fun along the way in seeking for it. One more breath in. Open mouth, exhale, let it all go. Wherever you're at in your seated position, take your arms behind your back. Now you can clasp opposite elbows if you can reach to your elbows. You can wiggle your fingers there, but don't overdo it. If it feels better just to clasp opposite forearms, then go for that. So find a clasp behind your back with your forearms parallel to the ground, your forearms pressed against your back. And while your forearms are pressed against your back, you don't want to lose control of your core. Don't sacrifice your core engagement and let your gut stick out and your spine round out just to get to your elbows. If you need to loosen that grasp a little, come to your forearms so that you can engage your belly button and pull it towards your spine, then do that. And stay here and breathe for a breath in and a breath out. Stay here, take a breath in. This time as you exhale, wherever you're sitting, twist to the right. This likely won't be a huge motion, but just take this gentle twist over to the right, gaze over your right shoulder. Inhale, come back to center, and exhale over to the left. One more breath in, and exhale back to center. Release those arms. We'll come back to those later in class. And come onto your hands and knees in a tabletop position. Shoulders over wrists, hips over your knees. Take a breath in, moving into cow pose. Drop your belly, lift your tailbone, lift the crown of your head. Breath in. And exhale, cat. Round your spine towards the sky. Let the crown of your head drop towards the earth. Tuck your pelvis under. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. One more time like that. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. Continue to move through this on your own breath, but adding in any motion that you need. Maybe you need to sit back on your heels. Maybe you need to roll your neck around, roll your rib cage around, or hold it in a spot that feels sticky or a spot that feels tight. Just continue to breathe fully and deeply. Make an effort to inhale as you open and expand. And then exhale as you contract and shrink down and close up. Come to a neutral tabletop position. Pick up your right leg. You can come onto your fingertips to make a little space and step your right foot in between your two hands. From here, start to shift your weight forward really, really far, like as far as you can shift. Keep both knees pointing forward. So if your back hip starts to open up, then back up a little bit. Pull that back knee in so that both knees are still tracking straight ahead. And send your weight back. Walk those fingertips back. You can point your right toes up at up the sky. Walk forward again, really, really deep. Let your front knee track over your front toes. Now come back up, stacking your front knee right over your front ankle. Come up high, maybe placing those hands on your knee. Let the crown of your head reach up high towards the ceiling. Inhale. And exhale, slowly twist over to your right. You can use your left hand to brace against the outside of that right knee. Your right hand can point your fingertips back or even just rest it down alongside your body. Gaze to the back of the room. Inhale back to center. Plant your hands back down, maybe just your fingertips, so you have room to put your right leg back into a tabletop position. Come back to tabletop, give it a little wiggle, see how it feels. One side probably feels very different. Pick up your left leg, step your left foot in between your hands. Start by shifting your weight as far forward as you can get it without your hips opening up. So both hips are still pointed straight ahead. Your front knee might be tracking all the way over your front toes. Now send your weight back, walk those fingertips back. Maybe your front toes point up. Walk back forward very, very, very deep. Come back, left knee stacked right on top of left ankle. Sit yourself up high. Feel yourself grow tall. Tuck your pelvis under. Place that hand on your knee to help you lift. Pressing through your entire right shin. Take a breath in. And then breath out, twist over to your left. Let your right hand press against the outside of your knee. Left fingertips can reach back or down. Inhale back to center. Plant your fingertips. Bring your left knee next to your right. Plant your hands. And find downward facing dog. First downward dog of the practice. See how this feels. Again, find some wiggles. Bend your knees. Bend both knees. Come up onto the balls of your feet. Take a breath in. And a breath out. One more breath in. And one more breath out. Inhale here. Then exhale, drop all the way, knees down, and come into child's pose with your knees parallel to one another. Inhale, press your chest forward, come all the way to high plank, tuck your toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. This is our first introduction into one of those fun and playful transitions we're working with today. Take a breath in. We'll do it again. Exhale, bring your knees all the way down. Drop your butt to your heels, child's pose with parallel legs. Inhale, lift up, shoulders over wrists, tuck your toes, high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. One more time, breathe in. Breathe out, butt to heels, child's pose. Inhale, weight comes forward, tuck your toes, high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, look up to the top of your mat. And exhale, walk or step your feet all the way forward into a deep forward fold. From here, plant your right hand in the middle of your mat, kind of right in between your feet, maybe up towards your toes. Bend your right knee and spin your chest open. Lift your left hand all the way up to the sky. If this doesn't work for you, even with a deeply bent right knee, if you can't quite get your hand on the ground, just place the back of your right hand on the inside of your right ankle. Exhale, both hands come back down to the mat. Plant your left hand on the mat or back of the hand inside your ankle. Deeply bend your left knee. Inhale your right arm up. And exhale, come all the way back down. Inhale, place your hands to your shins. Find a number 7 flat back. Shoulder blades together and down your back. Zip up your core. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, roll up to standing slowly but surely. Let your head come right on top of your spine. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Find that number 7 shape. If you have the space in your hamstrings, you can leave your fingertips planted on the ground next to your toes, or hands to your shins, or if none of those feels good, you can have your thumbs all the way up in your hip crease. The goal is to extend your spine so the crown of your head really feels like it's reaching while you're still engaging your core. Imagine wrapping those floating ribs around the front of your body. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, roll up. Arms float up at the top. Exhale, hands to heart center. Moving on to our sun salutation. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands. Step your right foot back. Step your left foot back. We're in high plank. We're going to stay here for 3 breaths. Breath in and out. And in. And out. Breath in. This time as you exhale, shift your shoulders forward over your fingertips the tiniest bit. Let your elbows point back towards the back of the room as you lower your body all the way down to the earth. Untuck your toes. Inhale your chest up, baby cobra. Exhale back down. Inhale, press back to a tabletop. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Breath in, breath out. Inhale, look up to your fingertips. Exhale as you walk or step forward to your hands. Inhale to that halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, roll up. Gaze up, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Another sun salutation. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, plant your hands. This time step your left foot back, then your right foot back, get back in high plank. Again, 3 breaths. Breathe in and out. In and out. 1 more breath in. Exhale, shoulders go over the fingers, lower down, maybe this time only halfway to chaturanga. If you went halfway, flip over your feet, come to upward facing dog. If you went all the way down, come to your cobra. And as you exhale, lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale to your hands. Exhale, make your way up to your hands. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, forward fold. Breathe in, roll up. Gaze up, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. We're going to do 1 last sun salutation, but I won't stop you to hold in high plank. So get ready to flow right through it. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands. Step back or jump back, land in chaturanga, lower down. Belly or chaturanga. Inhale. Up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breath in, breath out. Inhale, exhale, drop to your knees and press back into a child's pose just for a breath or two. Inhale and exhale. Come back up to tabletop. Tuck your toes. Find downward facing dog. Breath in, breath out. We'll start our sequence from here today. We'll move through it the first time slowly and steadily, and then another time a little bit more quickly, moving one breath to one motion. Adding some changes and some options as we continue to move through it. For this first one, take a breath in and lift your right leg up, three-legged dog. Press your heel towards that corner, your crown molding where your ceiling meets your wall. Breath in. Exhale, shift your shoulders forward over your wrists, draw your knee to your nose. Press your shoulders blades apart, find that cat shape in your back. When you've done all that, step or help your right foot through your hands into this low lunge. Tense your fingertips if you need a little more space to make your chest and knee all fit together. Open up across your collarbones, breath in. As you breathe out, plant your left hand, draw your left knee into your chest, push off a little bit if you need it. Take your right hand, grab the bottom of your left foot. You ready? Your left foot kicks out in front of you. Come all the way to sit. Bring that left foot up with you. Take your left hand, cross it over. So now your ankles are crossed. We're in this variation of heron pose. Knees are together. It's fine to have your left knee bent if you don't have the space in your body to keep that leg straight. If your leg is straight, continue to breathe into it. One more breath in. As you exhale, drop your left heel all the way down to the earth. Release your hands, sweep them in a big breaststroke all the way around, catching your right bicep on the front of your right shin, and see if you can hook those fingertips. Moving into Marichayasana. Again, with this pose, as we breathe in, we find length in our spine, and as we breathe out, you slowly draw your nose closer to your knee. One more breath in. One more breath out. Release your arms. Inhale, come all the way up to seated high. Exhale, gently roll all the way back onto your back, leaving your left leg extended. Send your arms up and overhead. Take a breath in and send your left foot all the way up to the sky. Now rotate your pelvis under so your low back is flat against the ground, and inhale, press up to a one-legged bridge. Stay here for just a few breaths. If you need to watch me on this first one, watch me, because this is another fun transition. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, you're going to roll forward, plant your fingertips, and swing that left leg all the way back to low lunge. See if you can do it without touching. I'll do that again. So come onto your back. Your left foot is pointed up at the sky, and I'll warn you in advance, we're going to attempt to do this with no fingertips the next time around. It's challenging. So press your head high, breath in, breath out, roll forward, fingertips plant, press through the right foot, left steps back. You're back in this low lunge. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, plant your left hand down right next to your right foot. It should be right there. Inhale your right arm up to the sky in this nice open twist. Breath in, breath out. Drop your back knee and lift your chest up to this open arm twist. Arms are now parallel to the floor. Set your left hand on your front knee. You can skip this part entirely if you want, keeping your left toes on the ground the whole time. Option here, lift up your back leg, grab on with your right hand. Gaze back over your right shoulder. If you've got that clasp with your right hand on your left foot, you're going to gently twist your chest around to the front of the room. Even if you don't have that clasp, twist around to the front of the room. Again, that left foot can be on the ground the whole time, or you can reach back with your left hand and get both hands around that left foot. Breath in, breath out. Send your right hand to your front knee. Rotate your chest to the side and release that back leg if you've got it. So now we're all in this position where our back leg is at a nice kickstand, front knee stacked right over the right ankle. Take a breath in, reach your left hand up. As you breathe out, your left hand comes down your side, plants right next to your left knee. Send your right arm up to the sky. Pick up your left foot, step it in front of your right foot, pinky edge lands on the ground. Now pick up your right foot, stack it on top of your left. If you want to, you can leave it supporting you in front or back, and we're in side plank. The breath in, breath out. Inhale, pick up your right leg, grab onto the back of your right knee. Roll over the ball of your left foot, step your right foot next to your left hand. You're now facing the back of your mat. Inhale, sweep both hands up, high crescent at the back of your mat. Check in with all your alignment cues here. Are you drawing back on your right hip crease so that your hips are square to the front of the room? Shoulder blades coming down your back. Core is engaged. Breath in. Breath out. Big move. Rotate all the way around to warrior two, facing the front of your mat. Breath in. And breath out. Breath in. This time as you exhale, find that elbow clasp. Clasp opposite forearms, keeping your chest square to the side of the room. And as we exhale, we're going to drop our left shoulder toward our left knee, gazing up over our right shoulder. This is a variation of extended side angle, just with no arms. Breath in. Exhale, pivot onto your back ball of your foot. Rotate your chest down to the earth. Exhale, plant your hands next to your left foot. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Press right back into downward facing dog. And we'll do the other side. Nice and slow like that. There's lots of unusual movements that we're playing with today. So we'll do that one side, or the next side, nice and slow again. One more breath in. One more breath out. Inhale, lift your left leg. Three-legged dog, pressing your heel towards the back of the room. Exhale, shoulders over wrists. Knee comes to nose. Round your spine. Step or help that left foot through into your low lunge. Stay here. Press through the ball of your back foot, keeping that back leg strong and active. Breathe in. And breathe out. Draw your right knee into your chest. Your left hand grabs the pinky edge of your right foot. Kick that right foot all the way through. Come down to seated. Cross your right hand over your left into heron. Breath in. Breath out, lower your right heel all the way down to the ground. Big breaststroke. Left bicep in front of left shin. Clasp your fingertips, breathe in and lengthen. Breathe out and fold over that right leg. Inhale, come all the way up to seated. Exhale as you roll all the way down onto your back, lifting your arms up and overhead. Inhale, send your right foot up towards the ceiling. Tuck your pelvis under, press your hips high into this one-legged bridge. Get ready, we're gonna roll forward and try not to touch our right foot as we sweep it behind us. So as you exhale, roll forward, fingertips point. right foot steps back. We'll do that one more time. Ready? So you're in a bridge, your left foot is down, your right foot is up. Press your hips up high, and exhale, roll forward, plant your fingertips, right leg steps back into this low lunge. Plant your right hand, inhale, lift your left arm up into this twist. Breath in, breath out, lower your back knee. Inhale, lift up, open arm twist. Gaze at the back of the room. Place your right hand on your front knee. You can bend your back knee and take hold of that ankle, or just leave that foot on the ground. Breath in, breath out. Inhale as you twist your body to center. Reach back with your right hand, grab both hands on that ankle, or again, if you have this ankle on the ground, try this cactus shape with your arms to find that same chest opening across your collarbones. Breath in, breath out. Left hand comes to your front knee, rotate your chest to the side, release that leg so we've got a kickstanded leg and your front ankle stacked over your front knee. Inhale, lift your right arm up. Exhale, slide it down your body. Plant your right hand next to your right knee. Pick up your right foot. Set the pinky edge of your right foot on the ground. Into side plank. Again, you can stack your left foot on top of your right. Breath in, breath out. Inhale, pick up your left foot, bend your knee, grab the back of your knee, rotate around to the ball of your right foot, and step your left foot right next to your right hand. Inhale, chest comes up, crescent pose at the back of your mat. Inhale and exhale. Big move, open all the way up. Warrior two with your right knee bent at the front of your mat. Breath in, breath out. Clasp your hands behind your back, keeping your chest nice and square towards the front of the room. Inhale and exhale. Start to drop that right shoulder to that right knee. Gaze up over your left shoulder again. Extended side angle, no hands. Breathe in, breathe out. Rotate your chest down. Come up on the ball of your back foot. Exhale, plant your hands. Inhale, this time we're going to step back to high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breath in, breath out. Drop your knees down to the mat. Find child's pose. Take a few breaths here. We're going to move through that sequence again, but this time moving more slowly. This time moving one breath to one motion. Moving a little bit more quickly, but we're not going to speed through it. There are still places in the sequence to hold and rest. Inhale, come up to your tabletop position. Tuck your toes. Come to downward facing dog. Take a breath in and a breath out. Inhale, lift your right leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, step through your hands. Take a breath in. Exhale, your left knee comes into your chest. Grab the outside of your left foot, swing it through, come all the way to seated. Into heron variation. Breath in. Breath out, lower that left heel all the way down. Breaststroke. Sweep your hands all the way around. Marichyasana will hold here. Release that. Inhale, sits you up. Exhale, lower all the way down. Extend your arms up and overhead. Left foot comes up to the sky. Rock your pelvis under. Press your hips all the way up. And maybe you don't use your fingertips this time. Exhale, swing forward. Press all the way into a lunge. Plant your left hand. Inhale your right arm all the way up. Exhale, drop your back knee. Inhale, lift your chest up to this wide-legged arm. Grab your back foot with your right hand. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale, chest comes to the front of the room. Maybe both hands grab. Breath in. Breath out. Right hand to the front knee. Rotate your chest open to the left. Drop that back leg. Inhale your left arm up. Exhale, let it slide down your body. Plant your left hand next to your left knee. Step your left foot in front. Pinky edge lands. Right foot on top of left and side plank. Breath in. Now this time you can lift up your leg and grab the back of your knee. Or you can pick up your foot, grab your big toes. Whatever piece you grab onto, swing to the ball of your back foot and step your right foot next to your left hand, back of your mat. Inhale, your chest comes up, crescent pose. Exhale, big swing all the way around, warrior two at the front of your mat. Inhale. Exhale, clasp your elbows. Inhale. Exhale, shoulder towards the knee, gaze up over your right shoulder. Exhale, rotate your chest, come up onto the ball of your back foot. Plant your hands around your left foot. Inhale as you step back to high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breath in and breath out. Inhale and exhale. One more breath here and we'll do the other side. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, knee to nose. Step your left foot through. Draw your right knee to your chest. Grab the outside with your left hand. Kick that left leg all the way through. Come up to heron. Breath in. Breath out. Lower your right heel to the ground. Breaststroke all the way around. Marichayasana. If you can't find this bind, you can always set your fingertips on the ground, just pressing your left bicep into your left shin. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, come all the way up to seated. Roll all the way back down onto your back, arms come up and overhead. Lift your right foot up to the sky. Rock your pelvis under, close your back against the ground. Press your hips up, one-legged bridge. Maybe don't use your fingertips. Rock all the way forward, kick your right foot back into this low lunge. Plant your right hand down on the ground. Lift your left arm up into this low twist. Exhale, drop your back knee. Lift your chest, wide arms. Bend your back knee if you want, grab on. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, your right hand can sweep back and also grab. Inhale. Exhale, left hand to your front knee, rotate your chest open to the side, release that leg. Your right hand plants down next to your right knee. Pick up your right foot, pinky edge of your right foot steps to your mat, and your left foot steps on top of right side plank. Again, here you can pick up your leg, grab the back of your knee, or grab your big toe and swing that leg around. Step your left foot next to your right. Inhale up, crescent pose at the back of your mat. Exhale, warrior two, all the way at the front of your mat. Inhale, hands behind your back, clasp those elbows. Exhale, right knee, right shoulder towards right knee, gaze up over your left shoulder. Exhale, chest spins down, high on the ball of your back foot. Plant your hands, step right foot back next to left, high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Just a little bit more work, a few more fun transitions before we rest. Breath in, breath out, find turbo dog. Turbo dog, come up on the balls of your feet, high, high, high. Drop your hips as low as you can get towards your ankles. Inhale, press forward, high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Ready? Turbo dog. Inhale, drop your butt, exhale. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. One more like that, then we'll add on. Press high balls of the feet. Exhale, butt to heels. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, this time we're gonna add in a chaturanga. You can skip it and go to high plank instead and meet us in downward facing dog. Inhale, balls of feet. Exhale, hips to heels. Here we go, inhale, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Again, come up high on the balls of your feet. Exhale your hips all the way to your heels. Come forward, right to chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. One more time. High on the balls of your feet. Drop your hips down to your heels. Come right forward, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Drop down to your knees. Come all the way to child's pose. From child's pose, this is your opportunity to rest. You can stay here in child's pose or come all the way to your belly or come to seated. We'll stay here for just a few more breaths. Start to wake up your body. Wiggle your fingers and toes. And we'll meet in tabletop pose. We'll move through a series of standing postures to open up our hips. We'll start with cat-cow. So again, drop your belly. Lift your crown of your head, lift your tailbone into cow. Exhale, round everything into cat. Tuck your toes. Come to downward facing dog. This series of postures is going to feel very familiar. No goofy transitions here. Inhale, lift your right leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale again, step your right foot through your hands. Windmill your hands all the way up and open into warrior two at the front of your mat. Straighten your front leg and start to reach your right fingertips forward. When they can't reach forward any further, you've hinged as far as you can, then you drop your right hand down to the floor or to your ankle, and your left hand comes up into triangle pose. You want to really stay within one plane here. So if you've got one shoulder crunching down, or if your chest is starting to fall, then lift that right hand up so that you can keep your hips and shoulders and arms and everything in one singular plane. One more breath in. As you breathe out, let your left hand sweep towards the front of the room and all the way down like the hands of a clock, all the way down to the floor. Point all 10 toes off to the left side of your mat and find yourself in a nice deep forward fold. Your options here, if it's in your practice, are to plant your head right on the ground. If you can move into a wide-legged straddle and then into a headstand. If that's not an option for you, today we're going to plant our right fingertips way out in front of us on the mat. Plant your fingertips. And then take your left hand and reach towards your front ankle. So brace into your right fingertips. Grab your front ankle, gaze up underneath your right armpit. One more inhale. Exhale as you unwind slowly but surely. Walk your hands over back to your right foot. Step back to high plank and press back, downward facing dog. Other side, nice and steady. Inhale your left leg up. Step your left foot through in between your hands. Windmill your hands all the way up and open. Warrior two. at the front of your mat. Breath in, breath out. Inhale as you straighten your front leg. Reach your left fingertips forward, forward, forward until your left hand comes down to your ankle or shin or even toes. Just keeping in mind that your hips and shoulders should all stay in the same plane. Imagine yourself sandwiched in between two planes of glass. You don't want your butt sticking out and breaking that plane. One more breath in. As you breathe out, let your right fingertips point all the way towards the front of the room, then all the way down at the floor. Lower your chest, point all 10 toes at the side of the room, and again into this deep forward fold, wide-legged forward fold. Your options here are to send your left fingertips out and tent them, and use your right hand to reach toward that front ankle, twisting and gazing underneath your armpit. Again, if it's in your practice and you're comfortable, you can plant your head on the ground, keeping your arms in a nice 90-degree tripod shape, moving into a headstand from a straddle position. Breath in. If you're upside down, slowly come all the way back down into that tripod shape, that straddle shape. If you're twisted up, unwind, plant your hands on the mat right underneath your shoulders, walk your hands over to that left foot, step back into your high plank, exhale, downward facing dog. Walk your feet all the way up to your hands and come all the way down onto your back, all the way with your feet planted next to your bum. We'll move through a few back bends and a few hollow holds before we finish things out. So from here, we've already done a few bridge postures today, but we'll do these slowly and mindfully. Rock your hips forward so that your low back flattens against the ground. There's no space at your low back here. And press your hips up into bridge pose. Hold here. You can press all of your fingertips all the way up your arm onto the ground, or you can clasp your hands beneath your back, roll your shoulders under. Breathe, lift, point your knees at the front of the room. Imagine squeezing your knees together. Release your hands, come onto your tippy toes, lower all the way down. Windshield wiper your knees from side to side. And we'll do that again and add a little something. So plant your feet next to your hips. Rock your pelvis under, flattening your low back. Squeeze and press your hips high. Again, you can leave your arms flat or make that clasp, rock your shoulders under. From here, don't let your butt drop, but can you shift your weight into your left leg and pick up your right? Set your right foot down, pick up your left. Don't let your booty drop. These are bridge marches. Continue to move left foot to right. It takes a lot of muscle control as you shift your weight. Finding your center as you shift your body from one side to the other. One more on each side. And release your hands. Come up to your tiptoes and lower all the way down. And rotate your knees from side to side. And we'll do just a few hollow holds. Hollow holds are a part of this same shape that we make in bridge, where we tuck our pelvis under, flattening our back against the ground. It's drawing your pubic bone towards your sternum, making that hollow shape in your chest. This is one of the key shapes that you make as you're learning to do inversions, and particularly handstands. So draw your knees so that your knees are stacked over your hips. Your pelvis is tucked under so your low back is flat against the earth. Arms are alongside your body, and lift your chest. And hold here. It's absolutely important that you keep your low back glued against the ground. So if you start to relax here, Your back will start to move into its neutral shape, lifting your low back off the ground. One more breath in and breath out, lower down. Now your back can relax and you'll see that gentle S curve at your low back. We'll do that one more time, adding on a little more if you need a little more. Rotate your back, flatten your low back against the ground, drawing your knees up and over your hips, arms alongside your body. If you need more, you can straighten your legs towards the ceiling, keeping that low back flattened against the ground. Lift your chest. And if this isn't enough for you, you can start to lower your legs. But the minute your low back comes up and off the ground, you stop. Breath in, breath out. One more breath in, and exhale, release. Relax. Windshield wiper your legs from side to side. And we'll move into pigeon. So flip yourself over, back into downward facing dog, just to get us into pigeon. From downward dog, lift up your right leg, three-legged dog. Draw your right knee to the back of your right wrist. Set up your front shin somewhere between parallel to the front of your mat and a 45-degree angle. The books will tell you that your shin should be parallel to the front of the mat, but that's not accessible for most of us. Somewhere around a 45-degree angle. Once you're there, shift your back leg back so that your weight is centered over the top of your body. If you find yourself rolling off to the right, then you want to grab a block or a book or a towel that you can set underneath that right glute to keep your weight centered. Once you're here, take a big breath in and exhale, lower your chest all the way down. You can come onto your forearms. If that's as far as you go, that's fine. Or all the way down, forehead to the mat or forehead to the back of your hands. We'll stay here for a few breaths and just let your body settle into this shape. Start to lift your body up, planting your hands underneath your shoulders, lifting. This time intentionally roll off to the right hip, swing your left leg all the way around so that your left foot plants outside of your right knee. Inhale your arms up, twist over to the left. Left fingertips drop behind you, right elbow plants on the outside of that left knee into the seated twist. Let the crown of your head reach high, gaze back over that left shoulder. And release that, unwind. Flip your legs around, come back to downward facing dog so we can do the other side. Lift your left leg up, three-legged dog. Draw your left knee back of your left wrist. Decide how you want to arrange that front leg. Scooch your weight back, get nice and centered over your body. And exhale, fold into pigeon. Start to lift yourself up. Roll off to the left side. Swing your right leg all the way around. Your right foot on the outside of that front knee. Reach your arms up. Twist over to the right. Right fingers plant behind you. Left elbow hooks on the outside of the knee and gaze over your right shoulder. Gently unwind, send both legs out in front of you. Come all the way down onto your back. Draw your right knee into your chest and grab the back of your knee or your big toe or the outside of your foot, coming into a one-legged happy baby. Let your right knee draw down alongside your body, alongside your rib cage, towards the ground. Draw your right knee back into your chest. Take your left hand to the outside edge of your right knee and cross that right leg over your body, keeping your right shoulder planted on the ground into this supine twist. Your right arm is at a 90-degree angle and gaze over your right shoulder opposite your knee. Now, to keep your right shoulder planted on the ground, it might mean that your right knee is floating a little bit. That's okay. For this particular stretch, we want to try and keep our shoulder planted. Unwind. Bring your right knee back to center and switch legs. Right leg extends, left knee draws in. Bring your left foot into a one-legged happy baby. Draw your left knee into your chest. Use your right hand to cross your left knee over your body. Gaze over your left shoulder, keeping the back of that left shoulder, your left scapula, shoulder blade on the ground. Gently unwind. Draw both knees into your chest. Just give a little sway side to side. Get everything straight and reset. And extend both legs out straight. Arms alongside your body. Tuck your shoulder blades under. Settle into Shavasana. Enjoy this few minutes to savor the time that you took for yourself. And I'll draw your attention back to finish class. Slowly start to wake up your body. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Gently roll over to your favorite side in the fetal position. Rest your head on your arm, draw your knees into your chest. Our thought for today, again by Lupita Nyong'o. To be human is to seek perfection and find joy in never attaining it. Gently press yourself up to seated. I hope that this week you can seek for that perfection, but still have the ability to find joy when you don't achieve it. Draw your hands to heart center. Press your thumbs into your heart, honoring your unique spirit. Take a deep breath in. Cleansing exhale. The light in me honors and sees the light in you. Namaste. Thank you for being here. It was wonderful to practice with you. Don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions or concerns or requests for future classes. Thanks.